Welcome to the Daily Millwall for Friday the 5th of February 2021. Big news today. It seems that Jiri Skalak may be about to leave the club. But before that, we get into this. The under-23s lost again. They lost 1-0 at home to QPR. The game was played at Dulwich Hamlet's Champion Hill ground. And let's get into this. This is from millwallfc.co.uk. This is the match report for the game. It says Millwall's under-23s were defeated 1-0 by QPR in the Professional Development League on Friday afternoon. Manasseh Mambala struck a free kick with 74 minutes on the clock at Dulwich Hamlet's Champion Hill ground to secure all 3 points for the R's. Kevin Nugent was able to name Billy Mitchell in his starting 11 alongside the likes of Ryan Sandford, George Alexander and Aidan Muller, and it was the latter who was called into action with 5 minutes on the clock as the defender had to deal with a tricky Oddie Alpha. Ruben Duncan, Nana Boateng and Sean O'Brien then all combined to set up Alexander, but the striker had just strayed offside before pulling the trigger. Alex Mitchell had to be replaced with 19 minutes on the clock through injury. Ezekiel Miller, his replacement, before the next opportunity went the way of QPR. But Mampala's effort was comfortable for Sandford. The Lions had a penalty shout turned down on the stroke of half time as Boateng's shot perhaps struck a Ranger's hand. Whilst at the other end in the second half, Nathan Carlisle got a free header wrong and glanced well wide. Alexander, O'Brien, Muller and Tyler Burry all had attempts to register on the score sheet, but the opening and only goal came on 74 minutes as Mambala curled his free kick into the net from just outside the penalty area. Sinclair Armstrong had a chance to double the R's lead, but shot wide with the Lions unable to find a way to goal after that, succumbing to defeat. Next up for Millwall under-23s is a trip to Cardiff on Tuesday the 16th of February. And the Millwall team, they give theirs Sandford, Muller, Tenzia, Alex Mitchell, Miller, Billy Mitchell with Davis substituting on for him. So Billy Mitchell got a half of football. Topolodge, Duncan, Burry, Alexander, O'Brien with Skeffington coming on for him. And then Boateng, subs not used, Moss and Allen. So that happened early in the morning. And later this day we got news from Jake Sanders on Twitter. Who knew that he spoke Czech? But he tweeted this, which is a link to a Czech website, saying that Jiri Skalak is about to sign for Mlada Boleslav in the Czech Republic. And I followed the thread through to this, the link to this website, which is in Czech, but my browser, Microsoft Edge, translates it for me. It is a bit ropey. It doesn't do a 100% job, but it's better than me learning Czech and trying to figure it out for myself. So we go to, this is the website isport.blesk.cz, and they say 9th reinforcement for Jarolim, Skalak returns. So what do they say then? So they said Boleslav reports the 9th winter reinforcement. Jiri Skalak returns to the Central Bohemian club after 6 years. Who wants to fix his appetite after a failed engagement in the second tier English Millwall. The 16th Fortuna Liga team, on the other hand, leaves Dominik Janusek and finishes the season in Zlin. So they've just sold a player and they're bringing Jiri Skalak in. That's what that means. It says 16th place, i.e. relegation place in the middle of the competition, in addition to a long wait for their first victory under the new coach Karol Jarolim. And he's just started managing this club. He got the job in the 8th of December. So it seems they're still waiting to win. I think they did have a winter break. But it says the atmosphere in Mlada Boleslav is on the upswing. The club therefore continues to bring in new players with a resounding name. After Jaromir Zermahal from Brescia in Italy, another legionnaire, Jiri Skalak from the second tier English Millwall, should improve the roster. The return of the 28-year-old midfielder or striker is isport.ced almost complete, with only formalities remaining. This will be the 9th reinforcement of Mlada Boleslav in this transfer window. So, according to this team, he's going back to Mlada Boleslav. And that can happen because according to this website, transfermarket.com, it says the transfer window in the Czech Republic is open from January 26th to February 22nd. So this can be done until, it can go all the way on until the 22nd. So yeah, it seems that Jiri Skalak is leaving Millwall. Well, he's leaving anyway because his contract's up in the summer and he won't be getting a new one. But it's just a shame that why couldn't they sort this out last week? And then we might have been able to bring in someone else. Although someone did say that I think it's probably going to be a loan, and Millwall is still paying 75% of the wages. That was what was reported elsewhere on Twitter, but not from anyone in the know. But you can see here, this is from wikipedia.org. Mlada Boleslav, 11 points from 17 games, 2 wins, 5 draws, 10 losses, only scored 18 goals, and they are in the relegation zone. And they're fighting for their lives. So Jiri Skalak going from one relegation threatened club to another, but it seems he's finally on his way out. So that should be confirmed next week. And moving on, so we've got a game tomorrow. We're playing Sheffield Wednesday at home. And as usual, what we do is we look forward to the game. And here we go. This is from David Prutton on skysports.com. And this is his preview for our game. And he says, the game has a recent history of goalless draws, but with both sides needing a win, I feel like this will be different. Millwall are drifting along and need to snap out of a run of draws. I'm positive about Sheffield Wednesday's hopes of survival, and that was a big win at Bournemouth in midweek. If they can keep providing for Jordan Rhodes, then I think they could claim another 3 points here. And he predicts that Millwall will score 1 and Sheffield Wednesday will score 2. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. This is from whoscored.com. If you've watched any of my stats videos, you recognise this website. And they give a little preview of the game as well. They say Gary Rowett could hand a debut to George Evans, with Ryan Leonard moving forward into a central midfield role. Murray Wallace is a long-term absentee, while Billy Mitchell and Conor Mahoney are both closing in on first-team returns. And for Sheffield Wednesday, they say Neil Thompson could make 3 changes as he reverts back to a 3-5-2 system, with Josh Windass, Kadeem Harris and Massimo Luongo all pushing for recalls. Defensive duo Dominic Iorfa, Juice Van Haken and Moses Odubaju all remain unavailable for the home side. And they got a few things here. It says match facts. Millwall have drawn their last 3 matches in the Championship. Millwall have kept a clean sheet in their last 4 matches against Sheffield Wednesday in all competitions. There have been under 2.5 goals in 7 of Millwall's last 8 home games in the Championship. And Millwall have seen under 2.5 goals in their last 4 matches against Sheffield Wednesday in all competitions. So despite all that stuff that you've just read, the guy here reckons it's going to be Millwall 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Really? And prediction, it says, I'm going to read it for you. Millwall turned in a typically impressive defensive display in midweek when they held league leaders Norwich to a goalless draw in South London. The home side are now unbeaten in 4 league games, but the club's last 3 results have all been draws. Sheffield Wednesday claimed a heroic victory against playoff contenders Bournemouth in midweek after Jordan Rhodes netting the winner in injury time. The Howls have won 4 of their last 5 championship matches and are clawing themselves out of the relegation zone. Well, to be honest, they're about the same as us. The only reason they're in the relegation zone is they got a 6-point penalty for financial stuff. And in midweek, we held the league leaders 0-0, and we played as good as them and had as many chances as them, and we should have won the game. And they only scraped through a win in injury time against a team in the playoffs. So who had the better midweek? Anyway, it says here as well, even though they've gone for a Sheffield Wednesday win, look, Millwall will score from a direct free kick, highly likely. Millwall will dominate in the air, quite likely. And the ratings for our players are better than the ratings for their players. So how does that work out that they reckon Sheffield Wednesday are going to win? I'll tell you what I reckon. I reckon it's going to be Millwall 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. I think we're going to see a similar performance as what we put out against Norwich, and that's going to be too much for Sheffield Wednesday. We're going to bash them, and it's going to be fantastic. Anyway, let's see. We can wait and see until tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.